Is Batman the Killing Joke canon? Have you ever wondered if the graphic novel Batman the Killing Joke is part of the official Batman storyline? Let's dive into the history and context of this controversial comic. Batman the Killing Joke was published in March 1988 by Alan Moore and Brian Bolland. When it first came out, it was not considered part of the mainstream Batman canon. Instead, it was more of a standalone story that pushed the boundaries of what was acceptable in comic books at the time. One of the key points to consider is that the story involves some very intense and violent scenes, including the Joker's brutal treatment of Jim Gordon and his daughter Barbara. This level of violence was unprecedented for mainstream comics back then, and it required special permission from DC's editors to include such graphic content. Despite its initial status as a non-canonical story, the popularity of The Killing Joke led to some of its elements being incorporated into the broader Batman universe. For example, Barbara Gordon's character transition from Batgirl to Oracle was influenced by the events of this comic. However, whether The Killing Joke is officially canon is still a matter of debate. Some fans and creators argue that it should be considered part of the Batman canon because of its significant impact on the characters and their stories. Others believe it stands alone as a unique and separate tale. Alan Moore himself has said that the story was meant to be a self-contained narrative, similar to an old Batman annual but with a much darker tone. So while The Killing Joke has had a lasting influence on the Batman universe, its canonical status remains ambiguous. In the end, whether or not you consider The Killing Joke part of the official Batman canon, it's undeniable that it's a powerful and influential story that continues to resonate with fans and comic book enthusiasts.